Our report set out a roadmap on truth, accountability, justice, and reparations. They include our consolidated findings from 2 years of investigations. These reaffirm that in repressing the 2022 nationwide protests, state authorities in Iran committed gross human rights violations, some of which the mission found to have amounted to crimes against humanity. We gathered evidence of unnecessary and unlawful use of force against children, both girls and boys, and we heard many harrowing accounts of harsh physical and psychological torture and a wide range of serious fair trial and due process violations committed against children, including some as young as 7 years old. We also deepened our investigations into the situation of ethnic and religious minorities, finding that they had been specially targeted in the context of the protests and that some of the most egregious violations were carried out in peak protest towns in minority-populated regions. We found that detainees, men, women, and children, had been held in some cases at gunpoint or had nooses put around their necks in a form of psychological torture.
Surveillance online was a critical tool for state repression. Instagram accounts, for instance, were shut down and SIM cards confiscated, in particular of human rights defenders, including women human rights defenders. We found an alarming pattern of systematic repression and silencing of victims and their families, including through summons, detentions, and prosecutions, and preventing them from commemorating the deaths of their loved ones, with violence escalating during the anniversary of the protests, both in 2023 and 2024. Persecutory conduct extends to those who have acted in solidarity, such as human rights defenders, lawyers, teachers, trade unionists, and journalists, compelling many to leave Iran. Nazar app, which is a particular app that the government has instituted, where after vetting, sort of normal citizens can also complain, file a complaint against someone who's just passed by and hasn't got the mandatory hijab. So this technology that's being used for surveillance is really very far-reaching and highly intrusive.
Recommend for that follow-up mechanism?
Includes a focus on